Syracuse, the local station. You're watching the Morning News.
A very good morning to you. Welcome in. It is 5 o'clock on this Wednesday. It is February 11th. You have Ryan and Kate here with you. Thank you so much for joining us. Rachel has the week off. She's enjoying the sunny side of Florida, which is very nice. I wish we had sun yesterday, but I will take the warm up.
34, not too shabby.
Yeah.
Did wonders for my driveway.
For sure.
That last little bit of snowpack and slush, so, you just kind of clear that out.
The only thing I'm a little worried about, with all that melt, and now we're hovering around
freezing.
I almost fell on my bottom.
There are some spots. It's icy, especially if you had some sleet maybe overnight. Because we only just changed over to snow maybe like 2-3 hours ago.
Right.
Wasn't that long ago. And so a lot of our temperatures were right at that 32-degree mark. It's warmer than it was yesterday for a lot of you. But yeah, where you are hovering there or even just below, really, really be careful of any icy spots as you're heading out the door. We have some snow that's coming back in now. Not going to pick up a lot of it this morning, but it's just going to keep kind of piling on as the day goes on. For Syracuse, I think most of our snow is happening this evening and later on tonight. Tug Hill, it's mostly impacting you right now, but eventually that's going to head down towards Syracuse. I think that's going to make things really kind of sloppy around here for that evening commute. A widespread 3 to 5 inches of snowfall in the next 24 hours with more, 6 or more inches when you go up in elevation.
Thanks so much, Kate. We begin with
Storm Team meteorologist Kate Thornton with Central New York's most accurate forecast.
And a good Wednesday morning to you. This is live in the village of Manlius. This is at the Swan Pond. A little bit of ice going on there. It's almost like an ice volcano coming out of the fountain. Very, very chilly start to our morning. But you know what? It's not as bad as it has been. The last couple of mornings, it's been quite cold. Yesterday, teens. Day before that, we were sub-zero. This morning, we're sitting at 32 degrees. That's actually the normal high for this time of year. But our temperatures, they are really making a difference as to what is falling from the sky and what it's doing. Is it melting? Is it sticking? What's happening out there? So we got some wet snow moving into the Syracuse area, probably even mixing in with a little bit of sleet and some rain in some spots. We'll have the steadiest of our snow up in the Tug Hill for the first half of our day today. But you'll see some of these big fat flakes kind of passing through. We see some of that in Marcellus, where you see the yellows kind of filling in here. That's the Tug Hill where we'll see kind of most of our snow this morning. This evening, overnight through tomorrow morning, I think Syracuse will pick up a little bit more of that snow. So this is all behind of our cold front that came through yesterday. We did get above freezing yesterday for the first time in 19 days. We hit 34, and so now we're going to kind of back things off a little bit. We are expecting kind of a general 3 to 5 inches of snowfall in the next 24 hours. More for the hill south of Syracuse and up in the Tug Hill where you see the darker shades of blue. About 5 to 8 inches of snow is expected. So a lot of us are going to have to get the shovels back out. Sending the kids off to school, it's not nearly as cold as it has been. Still chilly, dealing with snow showers. The after school time, though, during the evening activity rush of things, I think that's when we're going to be dealing with more of the steady snow, maybe even some sloppy roads. You want to be careful about that. Colder for tomorrow, and then we'll kind of level off in the low 30s for the rest of this weekend. But your timecast is showing this spray of lake effect snow is happening pretty much all morning long, all day. We are still dealing with the steadiest snow in the Tug Hill. This evening, look what happens though. You're going to notice the shades of purple kind of darkening here and starting to see some yellow. So that's some of those heavier bursts of snow. It's 5, 6, 7, 8 o'clock this evening. We're still dealing with this later on tonight. So if you're going to the SU game, you're going to run into some sloppy roads on the way there. Things should be a little bit better after the game on your ride home. Temperatures teens to near 20 with some lingering snow showers tomorrow morning. During the day tomorrow, we are stuck in the 20s and mostly cloudy. Turning colder as the day goes on tomorrow. But hey, we don't have any Arctic air on the way. None of that happening in the next 7 days. And actually, the temperature-wise, considering how cold it's been the last few weeks, this isn't that bad. We have 30 with some snow showers Friday evening, kind of tapering off Saturday morning. Saturday, Valentine's Day, not too bad. All the hoopla about another weekend storm, no, not doing anything for us. Sunday, Monday, not really expecting anything at this point. and highs near 40 by next week.
All right, thank you so much.
Now, your forecast first. Certified as Central New York's most accurate.
And another check at our radar. So the steadiest and heaviest of our snow is in our northern portion of our viewing area this morning. Later today, though, it's shifting down from the thruway and south. That's going to be for this evening and for the overnight. But right now, everyone's waking up to at least something falling from the sky. For a lot of you, it's probably snow, but there might be some rain mixing in because our temperatures are right on that 32-degree mark right now. Temperatures for the rest of the day staying in the low 30s. We're dealing with snow showers. The wind is really picking up today, too. We got wind chills in the teens at times today. So it's going to feel pretty cold and blustery, and we're dealing with this snow. It's going to come down pretty steady at times for this evening. I do think this evening's commute is going to be a little bit of a slushy one for you. Okay, even like getting into any of the after-school activities or anything like that. A widespread 3 to 5 inches of snowfall starting this morning through tonight through tomorrow morning. So we're going to be doing some shoveling, and then you go up north and down south in the higher elevations. That's where you'll find the higher amounts. After tomorrow, our temperature is kind of leveling off a little bit. We have 20s tomorrow. It's cold. We're dealing with additional snow showers. Got a little bit of snow moving through Friday evening through very early on Saturday, but still pretty good for Valentine's Day. We were watching something on the coast looking like a complete miss for us on Saturday. Sunday, Monday, look at this. Highs near 40 for the start of next week.
And then, wouldn't you know it, record corrected.
Boom.
Boom, just like that. So it actually went to, we sent it to the National Weather Service, and they sent it on to somewhere in like North Carolina.
He had a whole bunch of different data. He's like, wait a second, something doesn't line up here. Brought it to Jim's attention, and Jim's like, that's pretty interesting. Let me see. So I had to go to the National Weather Service, then I had to go to the actual regional climate center.
Yeah.
It's like, I believe in Charlotte, North Carolina, something like that, to like verify everything, and then
boom.
Turns out he was right.
Look at that. See, our viewers coming through yet again.
Now, there are some people that are chirping. They're like, well, what about March of 93 with the blizzard of 93? Okay, guys, that was a 2-day total. We're talking midnight to midnight.
Right.
So got to be very specific on it.
Yeah, and that's
so 1 day, midnight to midnight, that beats the record.
And that still holds the record for
for like a storm event.
Yes.
So like multiple days, yes, that still takes the cake.
Then Oswego County's being like, wait a minute.
I know.
Wait a minute.
Palermo's like, what about our 100 inches in 10 days last year? Trust me, we know. We
get it, but this is the airport. What fell at the airport. Okay, welcome in. It is 5:31. Glad we got that corrected. You have Ryan and Kate here. Snow on the radar today. Yeah,
not 24 inches. Thank goodness.
You know, I just noticed yesterday your dress matched the map, and today your dress matches the map.
I'm not doing it on purpose. I just must be channeling whatever the vibes I'm feeling when I walk out the door. I'm like, what best reflects what today's going to be like? We have warmer temperatures.
Okay.
It's 32. For a morning temperature. I didn't know if we were going to be able to do that again for a little while, so we'll take that. Hey, just think, 2 days ago, we were 5 below at Syracuse at this time. But 32 degrees, that is the magic number. We know that is the freezing point. And so that's why we have mostly snow. There's probably a little bit of a mix in some of those spots with some sleet, maybe even a little bit of rain in some locations. But Talc Hill's what's going to see the steadiest of the snow the first half of the day. Syracuse gets it the second half of the day, meaning this evening, overnight. Temperatures just below the freezing mark, but it's also going to be very windy, so we're feeling more like the teens with those wind chills today.
All right, Kate, thank you so much.
Now, Storm Team meteorologist Kate Thornton with Central New York's most accurate forecast.
And a very good Wednesday morning to you. We are finally waking up, not feeling that bad outside. Considering the last couple of mornings, yesterday we had teens, 2 days ago we were sub-zero, and now this morning we're waking up to temperatures that's more like the normal high for this time of year. But because we are hovering around 32 or just below it, it's really playing a big role as to what is falling from the sky and how it's sticking out there. So you really want to be careful. We're dealing with some iciness outside with some of these spots. We have some steadier snow once you're going up in elevation. This is probably even mixing in with a little bit of sleet, but you can see those big fat flakes kind of moving across 81 over Route 20 Lafayette and up towards the Tug Hill area with some of that steady snow. For the first half of our day today, I think the most snow, or at least the higher end of our inch total here, is going to be concentrated north of the thruway. And then later today, we have this trough. That's going to bring our steady snow closer to Syracuse and the thruway. So this morning, it's snowing. We got temperatures around 30 degrees. I think the snow is going to pick up a little bit more, though, this evening as temperatures continue to drop below the freezing mark. And so we're looking at a widespread 3 to 5 inches of snow for a lot of us, and then more once you're going into the higher elevations of the Tug Hill and the hills south of Syracuse. So just a heads up on that. Nothing that we haven't already seen about 100 times this winter, but enough where the roads could be slippery enough. You need to be careful. Greasy roads too. I mean, thankfully the temperatures are warm enough where salt is pretty effective, so a lot of the main roads and highways might be okay for you. But then once you go into these secondary roads and highways, I mean, they're going to be slick and slippery for you for after school, after work hours. You got to get around to kids' evenings activities. You know, I'm very well aware of the hustle and bustle of that. We got temperatures dropping through the 20s and some snow coming down pretty steady at times. And so, yeah, that could make things pretty sloppy, so you want to be careful. Lighter snow when you wake up tomorrow morning, but still dealing with snow showers. It's also colder tomorrow. We're stuck in the 20s throughout the day. We got that northwest wind, so we're feeling more like the teens for tomorrow. Not too bad on Friday. We have a lot of clouds around Friday, I think later in the evening into very early Saturday morning. We get a little bit of snow out of that. Otherwise, things looking good for your Valentine's Day with highs in the lower 30s. Fairly quiet, especially for any afternoon, evening, date night plans for you. I don't think you'll have any problems with the weather. As far as the weekend goes, we were watching something potentially coming up the coast. Latest data, signs were starting to show yesterday of it being a miss. I did not see any indication of anything for us on Sunday, so we're keeping that mostly dry right now. Even Monday, too, doesn't look bad, but check out the temperatures. If you've been wanting and waiting for 40s, I think we're going to have a couple of days of that for you next week. In today's Tech Bus, we're today holding steady in the lower 30s, just below freezing. The wind is picking up today, so it's going to make it feel more like the teens. We're looking at wind gusts at over 20 and even 30 miles per hour at times coming from the northwest. So a widespread about 3 to 5 inches of snow for a lot of us, and you'll see the higher amounts in the higher elevations. I've been really liking these sunset facts. You know, we've got to look forward to a little something here and there. So today marks the first 5:30 sunset of the year. So our total daylight today is 10 hours, 23 minutes. We've gained almost 2 minutes and 240 minutes. You know, it sounds a little weird, but since yesterday, since the solstice, we've gained an hour and 24 minutes in daylight.
Oh.
So we're going to keep going and going and going. In less than 4 weeks, our sunset's back in that 7 o'clock hour.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, look what I got.
Those are my favorite.
One of your favorite candies.
This is my favorite.
A York peppermint patty.
So good.
Well, the reason why we're talking about this today is National Peppermint Patty Day.
My favorite day of the year.
Yes, yes. So we are asking this question.
YRTV Syracuse, the local station. You're watching the morning news.
A very good morning to you. Welcome in. It is 6 o'clock on a Wednesday, February 11th. You have Ryan and Kate here with you. Rachel has the week off. She's enjoying some sunshine in warmer spots.
She better bring some of that back.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But thank you again for joining us. We are dealing with a little bit of snow this morning.
Yeah.
Okay.
A little bit of everything yesterday.
Yeah. Watch your step as you walk out the door, because I
Yes.
almost bit it this morning, because like all that melt, and then you have you know, the cold temps.
The snow's pretty though.
Yeah.
Look at that. I saw you take a picture of this the other day.
The ice volcano in Manlius.
The ice volcano in Manlius. Yeah, that's over in the Swan Pond. It literally looks like a volcano. How cool is that?
You know, it's funny. I was there, and all the ducks started coming my way. They thought they were going to get fed. They were like, "Wait a minute!"
Like, humans, food. Give me food. And you know what? If you are
the ducks. Look, see?
Oh, there they are. Oh, yeah. They're like, hello, Mr. Anthony. Do you have food for me? Hello. Oh my gosh, look at them. Oh, that's
They're
adorable.
lined up, waiting for Anthony to feed them.
Look at that. Oh, man. Anthony, you're going to have to go to Dunkin' Donuts to get him something. Get him some plain donuts to peel off. That's funny. Well, you know, this weather's for the ducks. you know, because they're just happy as a clam, just hanging out in the pond, dealing with the snow. The rest of us, well, you know, this type of weather is polarizing. You either love it or you hate it. It is February after all, and we are very much in the middle of winter. Our temperatures, though, it's really been our big player here the last couple of days. We started off the week sub-zero. We've been gradually warming it up, and right now we're right at that freezing mark. So the snow that's falling, it's kind of that wet, slushy snow. It's sticking for a lot of spots, and it's also going to be very, very windy today. So we're feeling more like the teens, and I do think we're going to see more of this snow kind of picking up and being a little bit more of a nuisance for us for the evening commute. I'll have that for you with your timecast coming up.
Thanks so much, Kate. We begin.
Now, Storm Team meteorologist Kate Thornton with Central New York's most accurate forecast.
And a good Wednesday morning. This is live in the village of Manlius for you, where the snow is coming down. It looks really pretty out there. Temperatures were right at that freezing mark for a lot of you, and the roads, they're in fairly decent shape. What's helping is the fact that our temperatures are, again, borderline on the freezing mark. So salt is very effective, especially on these main roads and highways. Secondary roads could be a little slippery for you, a little icy in some spots, so just be careful about that. Temperatures were waking up this morning in Fayetteville. Just the next town over, we're sitting at 32. We're at 32 in Central Square, 30 in Tully. Oh, there we go. Oh. Checking in on Anthony again. Here we go. Temperature-wise, we're going to stay just below that freezing mark, and we're going to continue to deal with this lake effect snow. It's a bit steady at times, and this is just the beginning. This is going to be with us all day, and actually, I think it's going to pick up in intensity a bit for later on tonight before it kind of tapers off to lighter snow for tomorrow. But you can see on our on our radar, we have just this more snow. It might be mixing in with a little bit of sleet in some spots, but otherwise, we are going to have to do some shoveling again. Probably not this morning, but by the end of the day, when you're coming home from school and work, you're most likely already going to have a few inches in your driveway. Snow showers really picking up this morning, and I do think it's going to be pretty heavy and steady at times for this evening, after school, after work hours. And I think that things are going to be pretty sloppy out there. A widespread 3 to 5 inches of snowfall for pretty much everyone in our viewing area, in the immediate Syracuse area at least, and then about 5 to 8 inches as you go up in the Tug Hill and the hills south of Syracuse. On top of that, it's also going to be very windy. It's not very windy outside now, but our wind really picks up from the west today. So we're looking at gusts 20, 30 plus miles per hour, and that's going to make it feel like the teens today. So it's still pretty cold, not as frigid as what we had over the weekend and earlier this week, of course, but still cold nonetheless. We're not trading our winter coats out just yet. We know better than that. We have some of the steady snow. You can see the darker shades of the purple and the yellow kind of kicking in here. And so that's telling me some of those little bursts of snow that we'll just have to watch out for as you are out and about for this evening. Tomorrow morning, a few lingering snow showers. Got temperatures around 20 degrees, and we're stuck in the 20s throughout the day. It's still breezy tomorrow with chills in the teens. The rest of the week, we'll have a little bit of snow for Friday night into early on Saturday. Saturday afternoon, date night plans, looking good. No issues. Sunday looks good, too. And if you have been like, oh, I could really use a 40-degree day. Well, you know what? Tuesday is looking like it's going to deliver for that.
Well, that's nice.
There might be a couple more where that comes from, too, next week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kids are on spring break, too, right?
Well, winter break.
Winter break, that's what I meant to say.
Although it feels like spring break is going to be like in another month anyway, so.
Yeah, it's true. All right.
Like literally, I think in 6 weeks after that.
Well, one of Kate.
Now, your forecast first. Certified as Central New York's most accurate.
Well, you don't need me to tell you how cold it's been recently, but yesterday we had a high of 34. It was the first time in weeks that we had a high temperature that was above normal, and the first time we were above freezing, about 32 in 19 days yesterday. So far for the month, you know, we are about a week and a half in. Our average temperature is 13 degrees, which is almost 11 degrees below normal. I mean, we still got plenty of February left to go, and our temperatures are beginning to kind of moderate here for the rest of the week. We're sitting at 32 right now. We're dealing with some snow. It's coming out a little steady at times, watching out for some slippery spots. Temperatures are staying in the low 30s throughout the day, but it's also going going to be a very windy day. We have wind gusts 20, 30 plus miles per hour, which is going to make it feel like the teens. And then the snow, well, we're looking at a widespread 3 to 5 inches of snowfall tonight through tomorrow morning. So ready to get the shovels back out.
I am. Yeah, I'm looking, though, that there's a nice little bullseye there in the ski area, though, too.
Yeah.
So that's nice.
I was telling him, I was like, you better night ski on Friday night.
Friday night looks like a good time to do it.
This weekend, actually, like perfect for skiing. Like,
yeah.
Really, really nice conditions and everything for it.
Well, the ski resorts are like that.
Yeah.
Hey, it is National Peppermint Patty. He passed that info to us. We passed it along to the National Weather Service. They passed it on to somebody else. And when you know it, the record has been corrected.
Boom.
How about that?
Shinteski did the passing along and the investigation.
I know.
There we go.
So, and a lot of people will yell, what about 93? And Kate, take it away, 93.
Okay, so yes, event, that's the biggest, but you have to go specifics at the airport and midnight to midnight.
Midnight to midnight.
So 24-hour period, but from midnight to midnight, that wins.
Right. And I
If
think
you're going overall big event, yeah, of course, blizzard 93, but that was over like 2 or 3 days.
And they had like 2 days of back-to-back, like 22 inches. It was crazy, as we all know. So there you go.
Well, our friends at the Tug Hill are like 24 inches in a day. That's Tuesday.
We call that a kid. Welcome in, 6:31. Ryan and Kate. Rachel has the week off. She's enjoying no snow. She's in Florida, so enjoying the sunshine.
Although if she was there 2 weeks ago, there would have been...
I know. She was watching the temperature very closely, let me tell you. Are we talking about snow this morning?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and tonight.
And tonight?
And tonight. It's going to be a little slippery tonight, I think. Like, things kind of picking up more.
Drive home.
Yeah, drive home. And, do you got basketball practice tonight?
No. We've been knocked out of the playoffs. Thanks for bringing it up.
Oh, sore subject.
Thank
Sorry.
You.
Well, I'm always doing a dance run of some sort. I live at the dance studio in my afternoon, so we got all that happening for today. So as you are out and about dealing with whatever you got to deal with, you're going to probably add some snow into the mix there of having to navigate. Nothing we haven't already dealt with 100 times this winter, but our temperatures are playing a big role in our weather today. We're right at 32 or just below, so we're right at that mark to be cold enough to deal with the snow. I do think things are going to pick up, though, a little bit more so this afternoon and this evening. And the wind is also going to pick up. So now we're adding the blowing, drifting snow into the mix. I'll show you our snow maps and the timecast, all of that coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks so much, Kate. We begin with...
Now, Storm Team meteorologist Kate Thornton with Central New York's most accurate forecast.
And a good Wednesday morning to you. This is a live view right now in the village of Manlius, where the snow is coming down. The roads are starting to get a little slushy out there, so be careful heading out the door. May even be a little icy. There's all the school buses picking up the high schoolers this morning. For the rest of the day, we're going to see much of what you have this morning. We have the snow around. It's light to moderate lake effect snow at the moment. I do think it's going to pick up its pace, though, later on this evening. You can see a fuzzy skyline looking out from the Cappy Skynet 9 camera. We are sitting at 32 degrees. The wind's from the west. That wind is going to pick up, and so our feels like temperatures are dropping today. We have sunrise coming up in less than 30 minutes. Right now, we're sitting just below freezing in Fayetteville. We're at 31. It's 30 in Tully, 30 in Morrisville, and 33 right now in Oswego. So temperatures cold enough to support the snow that is falling to the ground. Now, thankfully, salt, very effective when you have temperatures this warm. So, of course, that's helping out with the main roads and highways. But we still have some snow that we're going to have to deal with throughout the morning. And this really is not going to let up until the overnight hours. Winter weather advisories remain in effect for pretty much everyone until tomorrow. We had our cold front come through yesterday. We did hit 34, so we got above freezing for the first time in 19 days yesterday. But we got a second trough up into Canada. That drops over us tonight. That's picking up the wind and picking up the snow. So we have light to moderate snow this morning as we're heading out the door. Temperatures holding steady around 30 degrees. So it's not super cold today, but you still have that wind chill. How much snow are we getting? A general 3 to 5 inches of snow for pretty much everyone. This is starting this morning, taking us all the way to tomorrow morning. So 24-hour total. And we'll see our higher amounts in the higher elevations of the Tug Hill and the hills south of Syracuse. So the timecast is showing this lake effect still hanging on this morning, a little heavy and steady up in the Tug Hill this morning. Second half of our day. things starting to really pick up here. Now we're starting to see some yellows showing up. So that's snowfall rates that could be as high as an inch or so per hour, dropping over the thruway in Syracuse and hanging around for us the rest of this afternoon and evening. We wake up tomorrow morning colder. We're back down to near 20 degrees. Feels like temperatures near 10 and still dealing with some of these snow showers. Not going to be a lot of snow tomorrow, but enough where these snowflakes are still going to be flying around. Friday, not a lot happening, but I do think we get clipped by a little bit more snow later Friday evening into early on Saturday. And this weekend, not too bad. You got temperatures in the 30s. Good for Valentine's Day. Sunday's pretty good too if you're a skier. Highly recommend going out this weekend because we do have a little bit of a warm up. Next week, Tuesday, we're forecasting a high of 40. So with all the fresh snow and everything we're getting in the next couple of days, it's going to make for perfect skiing weather this weekend.
Well,
Looking
that's great.
at you.
I am listening for sure. It is National Peppermint Patch.
A very good snowy morning to you. We've been dealing with snow showers for the last several hours, so it's been creating at least a few slick spots on the roads, and just be careful about that as you're heading out the door this morning. You can see that fuzzy view looking from the CabV Skynet 9 camera from the zoo out over downtown. Temperature-wise, we're sitting at 32 degrees. A lot warmer than it was not only yesterday, but 2 days ago when we were sub-zero. Highs today, we're staying in the low 30s. We're going to continue the snow shower threat throughout the day. And actually, I think it's going to pick up a little bit more this evening. The wind is also picking up. And so a lot of us are going to see a general 3 to 5 inches of snow in the next 24 hours, more so for the higher elevations by tomorrow morning. Weekend's not looking too bad, though. Even start of next week, look at that, 40.
Love that.
It's been a minute since we've had that on a 7-day.
Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you back here at noon. Take care.